Hey guys, what's up? It's Mary. So welcome back. I don't know why I keep saying that. I never say that. Anyway, so tomorrow I turn 23. That is, that's crazy. Because half the time I don't feel like I'm 23. I like have my default age as 18. So like if anyone asks me how old I am, 18. Anyway, so I decided to do what I normally do and just give you guys the life lessons that I've learned in my 23 years. So the first thing that I learned, I mean, I'm always learning something new every single day, but I just thought I'll throw in this one. The first one is, in the desperate times, you can find the three great virtues of faith, hope, and love. I think that was always just like a nice thing for me to remember, is that no matter what circumstance I'm in, there's always going to be an opportunity to have faith cultivated, hope cultivated, or love to cultivate from that. So yeah, like just learning that has really gotten me through a lot of tough times. Okay, so the next one is, 2 is Jesus' words, as always, are motivated by love, compassion, and follow his example no matter what. So again, reverting back to number 1 of like how in every situation there's always going to be a chance for love, hope, and faith to be cultivated. The same thing goes, is that we always got to set our eyes and to Jesus and to the cross, because we know that Jesus will always come through for us because he's always there for us. Okay, number 3 is forgiveness is at the heart of every relationship, is the essence of love. It's the essence of love. It's like, it's insane that we all have this capacity to love, and forgiveness, if we really think about it, is just the root of love. Like, you need to, in order to forgive someone, you need to be able to love them and also give them grace, because God, again, gives us so much grace, and God is able to forgive us endlessly, no matter how many mistakes we've made, no matter how many mistakes we are going to make. God forgives us no matter what. So yeah, the next one is 4. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Enough said. That's like all you gotta know, is that literally life begins, like there's a quote that I heard that says, life begins outside your comfort zone, and that's so true, because if something's not gonna challenge you, you're just gonna stay stagnant. And as human beings, I think that we have this need to want to keep improving and like get further than that. So yeah, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Okay, number 5 is, whether someone lies to you about something says a lot about their character, but hearing someone in need and choosing not to help them says something about your character. So no matter what people are going through, always try to help them, or like just be there for them. You never know how much your presence and your support can impact someone's life. And choosing not to help them goes against everything. Like, I think it's just, if you have the capacity to help someone, why wouldn't you? Why would you stop helping someone because you're like, oh nah, they don't deserve it? Just help them. Like, it's okay. Like, for me, if I had money to give to the poor, even if I was going to use that money to buy food, I have food at home. Everybody has food at home. You don't need to buy food. Give that money to someone else. Whether or not they choose to use it to help them, like with their resources, or they use it to buy drugs, it's on them. But you know that you've done your part to help them potentially make that choice and make a difference. So yeah. Number 6 is, exchange thoughts of anger into actions of love. Because we love, because he loved us first. 1 John 4:19. Yeah, for sure. Like, I think that love is definitely the answer to like a lot of our problems. Like, I know it sounds cliche, but sometimes the reason why cliches are because they're so true. The next one is, God uses our messes to draw us closer to him. He turns our mess into messages. I always thought that was so cool, that God is able to take your broken pieces and mush it together to create something beautiful, something for his glory and for his kingdom, which I think is so beautiful. And like, I think I was reading this, or like saw this diagram or something, like, I don't know which culture it is in particular, but say for example they have this bowl, and like if you drop the bowl, right, and then that's like, it's shattered into pieces. However, someone like did this thing where they like reconstructed the bowl, but instead they used gold filling to like stick the pieces back together. And in that brokenness, there is so much beauty, because the gold filling the lining or whatever it's called, I don't know what it is, made the bowl different. It made it like particular. Like those broken pieces can't be replicated if you think about it as well. So if you give all that to God and you let God take those broken pieces and he's gonna compress it, and voila, your life is a living testimony and your life is a beautiful message. I think from that as well, if you think about it, diamonds are made under pressure. Like you take coal, you pressurize it, it becomes a diamond. Same thing with sand, you pressurize it, it becomes a mirror. Beautiful things come from pressure. Okay, I'm gonna move on before I go on another tangent, because I will go on another tangent. Okay. Number 8 is, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Easy said than done. Like literally, how you do one thing is how you apply it to everything, because everything becomes a habit, whether we realize it or not. So yeah, that's all I got. Okay, number 9 is, if change doesn't happen, there would be no butterflies. That was from LifeWithMary. I don't know why, like that quote really hit me, because I was like, shoot, you're right. If like nothing changes, nothing beautiful will come from it. So it's like, whew, whew. Okay, so the next one is, you will reap what you sow. Life is not about what you receive, but life is about what you give. I mean, that's all it is to it. Like I can't really talk much about it, because it's so simple, because you literally reap what you sow. So why not you sow love and sow giving things to others? Because I feel like a lot of the society puts this pressure on us to like take. We literally live in a consumeristic world. Like it's all about my, not yours, bye. But like, what happened to us serving people? What happened to us giving up our time, or giving up resources, or just being a servant to others? Whatever happened to that? I don't know. Let's bring it back, guys. Let's bring it back. Okay, this is like one of my favorite quotes. Like it's, use things, not people. Love people, not things. In nowadays society, it's the opposite. Why do we love things and just use people? Like, oof. Anyway. Okay, so the next one is, don't put godly expectations on worldly things. Because if we put our identity or our worth in something that's not God, it's gonna bring us down a downward spiral, and we're not gonna feel content. We're gonna feel like we're empty. We're gonna feel like we're gonna believe the lies that the world tells us. However, if we place our worth in God and we literally go to the cross, only good can happen from that. Like I've never heard someone say that, oh, I went to God and it didn't work out. Never heard that. I've only heard of like amazing things that God can do within that mess, within the brokenness of your life, and just knowing that God is God. There's only one God above all. So go to him first before you listen to the world. Like we literally see passages in the Bible of like people going to other idols, like falling into like temptations and like dwelling in their sin and living in their sin, whilst God's answer is so easy and so clear. And then once you realize the truth and you realize, oh, I should have just followed God in the first place. Why did I listen to, I don't know, someone telling me that they're gonna make me famous, when God literally gives me everything that I ever need? Yeah. Okay, anything worth having takes hard work and sacrifice, because the things that matter are hard. Yeah, I mean, says it all there. Yeah, that's all I got. I can't really explain that much further. Okay, number 14 is, you would never be too much for someone who loves you so much. We need to make people a priority and understand who is worth our time and effort. Yeah, this one really hits home, because I've been struggling a lot with finding community in that sense. Like I struggle to know who is really there for me, and I do get moments where I feel like I know, but then the other times I need that reassurance, but I don't want to ask for that reassurance, because then I feel like I'm either a burden, or I come off too strong, or I just feel like I'm coming off as clingy and all that stuff. So those are like the stuff that I do go through. But I think that quote made me realize that that's true. Like, you can never be too much of someone who loves you so much, because they will accept every part of you, and they will love the fact that you're showing intentionality with them. And if they don't reciprocate that, then it's time to give it all to God and let God do his thing. Like, I have had to pray prayers of like, God, I can't do this by myself. If the people that are in my life right now aren't meant to be in my life, remove them or allow me to be detached from them. Because I think I've fallen into the temptation or the sin of like placing my worth and my identity in someone else, which is so bad, because we're not supposed to be serving man. Because if we serve man, we're not serving God. Yeah, so like, if you really are struggling, I would say pray it out and like really, really trust God. Like, it's okay to isolate yourself, because there's another quote that I will say later, but like, it's okay to isolate yourself if it draws you closer to God. Yeah, okay. So the next one is number 15, is that brokenness is beautiful and it's okay to be broken and vulnerable. Yes. That reverts back to the quote I said before about how God uses our messes to create a message. So yeah, like, brokenness is so beautiful. It's like, it gives you that connection with people. Like, it's okay to be vulnerable, but it's also, you got to be careful about who you be vulnerable to, because sometimes if people don't give you the response that you need, it's sort of just like, oh. But yeah, I can go on a whole nother tangent and a whole nother topic about that, but I'm not gonna, because I have like a bunch more lessons to get through. Okay. Number 16 is that people are always going to talk about you, so you should just live the best life you can. People are always going to talk. I think people just love talking, like, in general. Once you find people that you're comfortable with, or just, if you're just like someone who like just likes to talk, yeah, people are always going to say something about you. So may as well just be you and just become the person that God called you to be. Yeah. Okay, so number 17 is that you can't change people, but we need to accept them for who they are. Just accept them. Like, I think we try so hard to be in control of like other people's reactions and stuff like that, but that's like kind of hard. You can't control other people's reactions. You can only control your own actions and reactions to things. So just let people be who they are. Like, just let them be who they are. Like, it's so easy said than done, but seriously, trust me, let them be who they are and let God change them for the better. Like, just give it some God. Like, pray about it, give them to God, let God handle them, because there is no way you can change someone, no matter how hard you try. Like, trust, don't even try. Okay, number 18 is where we spend our money reveals our priority. We need to focus on Jesus, because we need to use our money as good stewards to help and serve others. Literally, because of lockdown, I mean, we're kind of out of it, but also like kind of not really. I realized how much money I spend on online shopping, and like half the stuff I buy, I don't even need, but I buy it anyway for the sake of buying. Again, that consumerism of buy, blah, blah, blah. So if you have the resources, donate your money to charity. Like, just find a charity that you love. There are so many that I could tell you about, like Caritas, Operation Smile, To Write Love on Her Arms. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, To Write Love on Her Arms. Beyond the Blue. There's so many organizations and so many charities out there that need our support. Find one of them that resonates with you and donate to them. Like, you don't even have to tell people like, oh, I just donated like $20 to Operation Smile. You don't have to tell people about it. I think the best thing to do is like always keep your charity works and donations private. Don't broadcast it to people saying that, oh, I'm so great and noble, because it's just your pride is trying to get the better of you. Don't do that. Humble yourself and just donate them out of your own generosity and out of your own intentions of like, that is what you are called to do. You're called to serve others and give to people. So what you do, give to others. Don't let other people know of your good actions, because there's no point. Like, what do you want, a cookie? Like, there's no greater glory to know that you're helping someone's life be changed through like private doors. Like, people don't need to know that you're donating to charities. Like, they don't need to know. So yeah. Okay. Number 19 is generally celebrate other people's success. Disarms the trap of comparison. Like, I think in life we get so distracted about what's next, like what's coming next, like, oh, the next goal, but we don't actually celebrate the goals that we do achieve at this current point. And other people celebrate, like, they achieve so many of their small goals without even realizing, and they dismiss it. Like, I feel like I've seen a lot of people dismiss the fact that they woke up today sometimes. Like, celebrate that. Like, celebrate other people makes you stop worrying so much about yourself and comparing yourself to them. So yeah, celebrate others, celebrate yourself as well. Like, honestly, work on your relationship with God, work on yourself, and let the small victories that you accomplish in your day-to-day life bring you joy, bring you happiness, and then you can be happy for other people and you won't have to compare yourself to whoever it is. That was a whirlwind. Okay. Number 20 is be somebody today. I heard that quote and I was like, wait, what does that even mean? It means that you can literally be the person that you want to be. Like, wait, let me say that again. You can be somebody today, which means that you can literally be the person that you want to be with. But like, be with yourself. Like, I've heard in this, like, I heard a quote, I think it was like something about being like in a relationship with someone. Like, say for example, you're looking for all these characteristics in a significant other, but then you've got to ask yourself, are you those characteristics that you desire to be in someone else to be? If you're not, then work on those areas so that you can be that person that you're looking for. And then let God do his thing. Okay. 21 is, it's okay to set boundaries and tell people when they are hurting you. Even if you are a non-confrontational person, you owe it to yourself to stand up for yourself. Yeah, like for me in this past year, I really learned a lot about boundaries and how to set them. Like, for me, I'm probably one of the most non-confrontational person you've ever met. Like, I hate conflict. Like, I can't do it. I can't stand up for myself. But sometimes I know I need to, because the way you treat yourself sometimes is how other people will treat you. So if you don't set yourself standards and you don't set yourself boundaries and actually stick to those boundaries, everyone's just gonna walk all over you. And trust me, that is something that's hard to recover from, because I've been the person that has like, okay, okay. I am still to a point that I'm a people pleaser, that I will let people walk all over me, but I'm like, no, I deserve better. Like, if you think about it, God created you in your mother's womb, and when you were born, he said you are good. What does that mean? That God knows your potential. Like, you are God's masterpiece. You are like a daughter / son of a king. Why would you let someone else take away that title from you? Like, you shouldn't. So pick yourself up, like literally pick yourself up and be like, no, I'm gonna take today and I'm gonna set my boundaries and I'm gonna stick to them, because I'm gonna show up for myself and I'm gonna make sure that I become who God called me to be. I'm not gonna let people walk all over me, because that is draining as heck. Don't do that to yourself. Okay. Okay, so 22 is, this is a quote that one of my friends told me, and I don't know, it just really shifted my perspective on everything. It really does comfort your soul, and it just really like gives you a reality check that things are temporary. So she said, even after the harshest winter, spring still comes. Yeah, I think that's just, it's just a beautiful quote to live by. It's like, even in the harshest of times, like even when you're going through hell and back, spring still comes. Like, there's still light at the end of the tunnel. It's just patience, and seasons are temporary. Like, they're always changing. Like, no season will be the same season. But beauty comes within every aspect and every season of life. There are both good and bad. So why not just embrace the bad that it's happening, so that you feel it and you understand what's going on. But remember that feelings are temporary. Like, it passes. No one can always be like filled with joy 24/7. Same goes with no one can feel sorrow for 24/7. Feelings come and go, and so does like the seasons. I don't know, it's a nice memory, or like it's just a nice quote to remember, is that even in the harshest winter, spring still comes. Yeah. Okay. So the last one is, it's kind of silly, but I finally learned how to French braid. I learned how to do my hair like this. Like back in high school, I would always get one of my friends to do my hair for me. But your girl finally learned how to do it herself. So she is independent. She can do it. It only took her 23 years, but I did it. Seriously, look, like I managed to do it like this, and then like this. This was a lot faster to do than this. Like I was like, and this one just like, it made me take my time. And bonus, my hands did not get tired. Yeah. So yeah, and like that's all I gotta say, is that I'm proud of myself for like learning how to French braid. So that wraps up this week's video. Make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment down below any video ideas you guys have in the near future. Remember always that I love you so much, but the only person that can beat my love for you is God. God bless, guys, and have a beautiful day.